This is a segment we call Third and Short, but I kept the last segment a little tighter because I liked our questions better in Third and Short. So this week it is Third and Long. Here we go. Question number one: who is Coach of the Year, Rod? Through 4 weeks, Coach of the Year. I love the question we begin with. Where are you leaning?
I got to go out to Arizona. I mean, I'm going out with my former teammate, Kliff Kingsbury. I mean, the job that he's done with Kyler Murray in particular, I mean, from a leadership standpoint and to what he's doing on the field is absolutely tremendous. You tell me somebody more deserving than Kliff Kingsbury.
I may go, and I have a few names that are on my chart here. I think I'd have to go Coach Staley, though, with the Chargers, because coming into this year, is Herbert going to be able to stay where he was? Is the defense going to be able to go over the top, just become an elite defense? Check. Maybe both of them are better than I thought they would be. So the Chargers right now in my head are a definite team that could be playing a home Super Bowl. So it's hard for me to not go a team that for so long has been really not even a playoff, really maybe not even make the playoffs, let alone make a deep playoff run. And right now they feel like a team that definitely could. So I'm going Coach Staley.
Hey, brother, let me tell you, and that was my second choice. I think he's done a wonderful job. Just the confidence that he's built on the defensive side of the ball. But also, just think about the Chargers the last 10 or 12 years that we've been covering them. They've always had talent, but it's always been a team, whether it's special teams issues, whether it was discipline, penalties, they've always lost close games. And now you see Brandon Staley have these guys believing and being able to finish games. So you can't go wrong with either one of these guys. I think both of them are doing a tremendous job.
I'm right there with you. You cannot go wrong with either one. And you gave me both of them, so we were both leaning the exact same way. Here is a few other names I want to work into this conversation, though. Think about somebody who was on the chopping block, who was, if things didn't go well this year, he was going to get fired. And now he's gone the complete opposite direction to start the season. Zach Taylor in Cincinnati. I am very impressed with what he's doing. And I think what the genius of what he's doing more than anything else, and he did it in the draft, and now he's doing it on the field, is letting this be Joe Burrow's team. Just letting it be his. It's like something that Green Bay never did with Aaron Rodgers. It's something that I think the Bucs are doing a masterful job of with Tom Brady. If you go out there, maybe the Rams and Stafford, the way that they trust him, they are just putting complete and utter belief into Joe Burrow and Joe Burrow's mind and who Joe Burrow is as a leader. And it's because he's the perfect guy to bet on. And from what I heard of that final fourth quarter against Jacksonville, Burrow said, put me in empty, and I'm going to pick this team apart. Guess what he did? Coach Taylor put him in empty, and guess what Burrow did? He picked them completely apart. So I got to give love to Zach Taylor, 3-1, tied for first place in the AFC North. I think it's been incredible what he's doing in Cincinnati.
Amen, brother. And when he has confidence in the quarterback and he allows a young guy with such freedom, then everybody else is pumped up like, man, if coach believes in him like that, we believe in him. So these guys are playing on a different level. Joe Mixon behind that offensive line. I see guys roughing people, pushing and standing up. That's what you want. And I've been really impressed with their toughness that they're displaying.
I got two others I'm going to float out there that I think need love. Maybe you pick who you think needs more love between them. Sean McDermott with Buffalo, watching Buffalo play. They were tough in the red zone, but man, I think about this team with Josh Allen playing quarterback and how much better he's gotten. This defensive front getting a whole bunch of pressure. Great safety play back there. Good linebacker in Edmonds. He had a pick this week. And if you take away some of the struggles they had in the red area, I just thought they looked so good, man. I'm thinking about that play where Josh Allen broke out. I think it was the very first play of the second quarter. He broke out, and he broke this defensive lineman's tackle, and he's running to the right, and Diggs is 40 yards down the field, and he's on the run, and he just put a laser beam on the sideline. Diggs almost couldn't believe it hit him in the hands, and he's just one guy that I don't think defensive linemen want to go up against because he can beat you with power, he can beat you with speed. They lose to the Steelers, and they've been great ever since then as they head into Kansas City on Sunday night. So Sean McDermott and Mike McCarthy with the Cowboys would be my next 3 and 4, if you will. They're at the top of the league right now with the coaching jobs they're doing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I agree with you. I mean, guys they're winning. Their teams believe in them. They're playing extremely hard. No doubt. I agree with you on those guys.
Beautiful. We gave a lot of love right there. Cool. Let's get to the best rookie quarterback. So we're through week 4, right? So this fourth week, and maybe if you want to even go the whole season, who has been the most impressive rookie quarterback to you?
It has to be Mac Jones, and I think that's an easy one because he's replacing the GOAT. Anytime you can you're replacing the GOAT, and people aren't clamoring for Tom Brady. They're actually content with who you are, and you proved on Sunday what type of quarterback that you can be. A guy that had, I don't know, how many completions did he have? 9 or 10 or something like that in a row? Just a whole bunch of completions. He's poised, he's under control, he's disciplined, and he loves football. And that's all you can ask for, a young guy that wants it. Josh McDaniels excited. I know I'm excited.
Yeah, I think we saw Mac Jones would be my number one. We saw a better version of Justin Fields after Fields basically -1 yards of net offense a week ago, and you're going, his confidence is going to be destroyed. For him to come back, look a lot better. Trevor Lawrence played, in my opinion, his best game of the year Thursday against Cincinnati. That probably boils so much frustration as well into Urban Meyer when he probably felt like that was finally the game. And it takes time. Like September football with a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach in the NFL, it's going to take time. And I thought that was the first moment where we saw it look like an Urban Meyer offense, and we saw it look like Trevor Lawrence, and he was even a little cocky. Like I remember that touchdown run. He's like looking up and talking trash to the Bengals in the stands. He's going to have an edge, man. He's going to have to play quarterback with an edge in Jacksonville. He's going to have to take this team to another level because it's hard to go win games as the Jaguars. You're not going to have good wide receivers, and you're not going to have an unbelievable defense. You're going to have to wear that on your shoulders, and I thought for the first time in the first half of that game, we saw Trevor Lawrence look his best in the NFL. So I got to show some love to Lawrence as well.
Yeah, and I'm not showing any love to his head coach because his head coach has to be a lot more responsible and make sure that he's on that plane talking to his young rookie quarterback, talking to his team, and letting them know that, hey, guys, even though we've gone through some adversity, I am here with you. Now, maybe he could have been excused if he had to go to a funeral or something like that, but to go check on your restaurant or bar, come on, man, you got handlers, you got people that can do that type of stuff for you. The most important thing for you to do as the head coach is to be with your team. So we'll see what happens, but I'm telling you, those guys lost a lot of respect for Urban Meyer in that locker room.
If you were a leader inside the Jacksonville locker room, if you were a leader, star safety on that team, a leader of the defense, what kind of conversations would you have with teammates and with Urban directly?
Well, if I were on that team, more than likely, I probably, and I'm not saying this from a cocky standpoint, I've probably been one of the captains or leaders on that team. So I would have had a conversation with some of the other captains or veterans of that team, and we would have took our concerns to the head coach. And if we weren't satisfied with what the coach was saying, then if I knew we had to go one step higher, then we have to go to ownership. But coach would definitely have to explain instead of just saying, I'm sorry, you know, and everybody makes mistakes. But at the same time, you're Urban Meyer. You've been in this game a long time. You won national championships. You've done a lot of great things in college football, and you should know the difference between right and wrong. And that was definitely the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, my mind's just exploding on the fact that he thought he could get away with it. That's the one thing that I can't.
There's cameras everywhere.
World, with everything on film. Everything is on film. Everything is on film. So for him, like even Rodney's umbrella is on film. So for him to feel like he's going to get away with something like this, it's insane to me. And I think about he probably was drinking his sorrows away. I mean, that's probably what it was. I mean, he goes up there. I mean, if you look at some of the pictures and video as a drink, his eyes kind of look all like. I think he was in a bad frame of mind, but it is no excuse when you are a 50-something, maybe even 60-something-year-old man to go act like that. Let's get to your third one. Get back to some of these positives. You wanted to give a little props to the big men. So one offensive lineman or one defensive lineman that caught your eye, who would that be this week?
Jason Kelce has been one of my favorite players. I've watched him. I love his ability to pull. He's always hustling. This is a guy that just plays. He's a veteran player, but he plays with so much enthusiasm. He plays so tough, and he was the only starting offensive lineman on the field with Philly, and you just watch this guy hustling, and he just crushes the cornerback. This is a center that's been in the league a long time, and just it's incredible the hustle that he had down the field. He's down the field, look at him, right at the 10-yard line. He just knocks the corner out. They don't even score a touchdown on that particular play, but at the same time, man, just a great hustle play by him. Props to Jason Kelce, still getting it done, even though they drafted Landon Dickerson to replace him.
That's a great one. That's a great one right there. I'm thinking about the Packers' offensive line because we mentioned earlier all those huge holes that they were creating, and it was 7, 8, 9 yards down the field before Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon was getting touched, and the creative ways that they used Dillon in the passing game is awesome too. But I think about David Bakhtiari coming back. I mean, the fact that he is still out, when he finally works his way back to healthy with this offensive line, and they continue to hit in the draft. I mean, this front office, while they've had some issues with Rodgers, Josh Myers out of Ohio State, that's another big stud that they have hit playing center, looking really good. Newman, another one. So they are building this offensive line right. If Bakhtiari comes back, Green Bay, I know we hit on Jair Alexander and his injury now with the shoulder, and that's a big one. But if they can get this offensive line right, man, that's going to be something right there.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.